Howdy peeps, and welcome back to the channel. Time for an update, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time. Don't forget, hit like, subscribe, all that good jazz, share, anything like that, greatly appreciated. Now what we're looking at here is what was my first fish tank, the Fluval Flex 15 gallon. It's rapidly approaching 2 years old now. And those of you who have been watching a while will notice there's been a few changes in here. Now some of the rock work has been moved out and some more plants have gone in. There's a little coconut hut in the back, and as of this week there's a pair of cribensis as well. Now I thought I'd cleared all the cribs out, I'd emptied the tub that they were in. It seems I didn't. It seems I missed somehow a pair in there. Either that or there's a wormhole that cribs just keep appearing out of. But these two were hiding up in the little coconut hut on their own, making sure any other fish stayed well away, because there are some more juvenile cribs in there. This pair are Pam's grandkids. So yes, Pam crib is now a great grandma. You might also spot there are some escaped baby plecos in here as well. There's at least 3 or 4 that I know of. Yep, there's one right down there, munching away next to Mr. Panda. You can just see the panda call his butt sticking out. And tucked away down there is Ginger, the longfin super red bristlenose, hopefully female. And there's also some baby guppies in here somehow as well. Can't quite remember how they got in there, but they did. They're guppies. Now, as you'll also notice, there's no breeder box in here for the first time since last December. Since obviously I split Bertie and Spotty up. And this week I moved the last crop of baby plecos over to what was the grow out tub for the cribs, which is just down here. As you can see, the breeder box is still on the floor drying out. Yes, I know I'm that bad at tidying up. Ooh. So we lift the makeshift lid. You may well be able to see, although we'll probably just get the light glare. Yeah, there's 70 odd baby plecos in here. Joy. Don't get me wrong, it's great. I love the fact that I've got baby fish. Oh, and there's a guppy as well. I think it's either that or a baby dwarf neon rainbow. I put the dwarf neon rainbows in here for quarantine. Unfortunately, none of them made it through quarantine. They all died on me, so water quality is fine. Yes, I know I'm supposed to read numbers out and go, parameters are this, but trust me, it's fine. Right. So whether they were a dodgy batch or they had something, I don't know. But the cribs that were in here were fine, and the bristlenoses that are in here are fine. No issues with them dying off. So all good in there. They're all munching away happily. Oh, I'm sitting in a weird position. We'll just move around past some DVDs. Let me readjust the screen so I can see what I'm looking at. And here's Engelbert, who has decided to sit up the top of the tank so you can't see all its colours. Let's move back and show you the whole tank. He's doing really rather well. No issues, he's friendly, fun, interactive. He has managed to catch one of his Dumbo ears on something though and torn it. His left hand side. Which if he comes forwards and turns around, that'd be very nice. There we go, you can see there's a big chunk missing out of it. So I've been treating him with fin rot medication just in case. If anything, just reduce any risk of fungal infections taking hold if he has injured himself. But other than that, he's getting on perfectly happily, blowing bubble nests, chasing about, and I've got to admit I'm kind of tempted to get him a tank mate of some description. He leaves the snails well alone. Not sure what though. Pretty sure shrimp would be a bad idea, but maybe a small fish of some description. Too big for him to munch and too zoomy for him to catch, but he's still relatively quick, so we'd have to be a bit careful about that. There we go, giving us a good flare. And then lastly, I think probably for today, I'll point the camera at something useful, sharp, not random. Our picture quality is going to turn to pants here because this tank is completely unlit, and this is my quarantine tank. It is unlit and also full of tannins, so pretty grimy, but here he comes to say hello. My new little friend. Not entirely sure of a name yet. I've been tentatively calling him Spaz, but Dino Boy, Grumpy Boy, all seem to fit him quite well. He's a Senegalese bichir, bichir, burka, whatever you want to pronounce that as. I don't think anyone knows. And he's been feeding away quite happily on pellets and granules and stuff like that, so thankfully no issues with getting him to eat. He'd be a good boy, doing his thing and exploring his little quarantine tank, chilling out, having fun, and just altogether gorgeous fish. Now I know, before anyone says anything, I know I don't have tanks big enough for a fully grown Senegalese bichir. Maybe just about if I pushed it, but I'll keep him as long as I can, and I do have somewhere and someone I can sell him onto or move him onto should the need arise, when the need arises. Here we go, come on big boy, show off. Show us your spinies. Alright, you're just going to show us your big belly and have a breath. There we go, there's the spinies. And so they're very prehistoric fish. And the other mistake, something that I would say not to do, I didn't do any research before buying him. I had a shiny moment, a purdy moment. That said, I did know a few basics about bichirs and am prepared to do what needs to be done. I understand that when I put him into my big tank, he may well decide that things like ember tetras taste nice, especially once he gets a bit bigger. But as I say, I know the risk I'm taking. I have a contingency plan in place if needed. But he seems perfectly happy and chilled at the moment, munching away, and happy and healthy as far as I can tell. He's not showing any signs of stress. He's got good colours, he's got no disease or fin rot or anything that I can see. He's had some fairly epic poops, so hopefully this weekend maybe I might get him into his new home. Now, as for the shell dwellers, still nowhere local got any in stock. As soon as I do, I shall get some, and we shall see how we go from there. So, thank you for watching. This has been your first time here. As I said, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that good jazz. Any questions, points, comments, leave them down below in the doobly-doo. And yeah, if it's something about my editing skills, which are zero, or my camera work, which is usually pretty shoddy, don't worry, don't bother, I won't pay any attention. Yeah, this is my channel, I do it my way. Anyway, thanks very much. Enjoy your hobby, fish keeping, awesome hobby. I suggest everyone gets into it. Peace out, rock on, and bye bye.